You don't think it's a little douchey, though?
What's a little douchey?
Making your coffee with a carafe.
What's a little douchey?
Making your coffee with a carafe. Making your coffee with a carafe. Making your coffee with a carafe. 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 Listen up. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in this podcast belong solely to the podcast participants, and not to any participant's employer, organization, committee, or other group or individual. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. You know, for fun. So lighten up and enjoy. Hi, Stomping Jen.
Hi, Sawtooth Frank.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Hear you. Yeah.
Okay. I need to turn up my headphones. I can't hear myself. There we go. That's better. Welcome to episode 65, everybody. 66, everybody. Episode 66.
We just went through that.
Where I don't know what episode we're on.
66.
Yeah, so we're going to talk to you about some stuff, right?
Yep, some stuff.
An exciting, action-packed show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And what the hell was that?
What?
There's a noise.
It's the printer.
Oh, the printer. The stupid printer. Okay. We're going to talk to you about some stuff, and we have a list we're going to talk about. What are the things, people, and experiences you want to say yes to?
Yes.
All right. Yes.
The Soft Serve Podcast.
Creamy, delicious ideas without the creepy truck.
All right. I think the creepy truck actually is here.
It's here?
It showed up and it served me up a nice honkin' bunch of migraines in the creepy truck.
That sucks.
Isn't that lovely?
No.
No. All right. Well, here we are. Episode 66.
Here we are. It's like Route 66. Are we traveling Route 66 on the creepy truck?
Yeah, we're not getting our kicks, though.
No.
I'm not getting any kicks, are you?
On Route 66?
Yeah.
No.
I'm getting 0 kicks. 0 kicks on Route 66 for me.
I'm sorry.
So there we have it.
Yeah.
We're here.
Here we are.
We're celebrating
What are we celebrating?
that we're here, I guess.
Yeah.
We're both still here. We're alive.
Mm-hmm.
We made it to episode 66. I don't think we're going to make it to 100.
Why?
I don't know. I just don't feel we are. What about you?
It's only 34 episodes left.
Oh,
That's a
Jesus.
long time,
That's
huh?
a long fucking time. I don't think we'll make it.
That's over 6 months.
I don't think we'll make it. All right, so we got stuff we're going to talk to you about. As always, we ask people to subscribe, download, share with a friend. That's what we want. We want people to listen to us.
And talk to us.
And talk to us. So if you know people who like podcasts, like to listen to two folks sitting around talking about stuff.
Two folks.
Yeah, we invite you into our lives. That's what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's so exciting, these lives we live.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We've managed to get 66 episodes out of it somehow.
It's true. Well, it's not like anybody's going to cancel us.
That's true.
We can just keep making
Yeah,
these.
we have no sponsors. No one can cancel us. So, here we are.
Keep going.
Yep. So we're boozing it up like usual. What are we drinking?
Some Treehouse beer tonight.
Treehouse Brewing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a popular Massachusetts brewery in where? Charlton?
Charlton, yeah.
Charlton, Massachusetts.
Mm.
They have a whole fucking supply and demand racket going.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they don't have distribution.
Right. You
on
have to
purpose, intentionally.
Right. You have to drive to them. You have to pick up your stuff. And
You can't redeem the cans.
And there are usually really long lines. So, now I was smart this time.
Mm-hmm.
I went on a Friday evening, right at dinner time, and I was able to stroll right in, with not wait in a line and stroll right out.
That's still strange. Don't people go out Friday night?
Yeah, but I don't think they go out and buy cases of beer. But maybe some people do. I mean, there were people there, and I had to wait behind like 2 people. But by no means was it a super long line.
I think they've also expanded since we've been there this summer. Maybe it's a little bit more efficient.
They definitely did expand, for sure. They opened up that area they were building when we were there.
Yeah.
So if you like beer, go check this place out.
Yeah.
You have to go there, though.
Yeah,
if you want to.
Get it, or you have to know somebody who is picking up a huge...
Yeah. So I'm drinking Doppelganger, or Doubleganger? I don't know. Doubleganger. It's a double IPA. Yeah. So
and I'm
here we
drinking
are.
a brown ale. It's called Bear.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing. So we're going to roll into our news and shout-outs section, okay?
Okay.
You ready? You got anything
ready.
else you want to say about Treehouse Brewing?
No.
Okay, here we go.
Nothing.
Oh, God damn it. I keep doing that.
You should label the buttons.
Nah. I don't want to label the buttons.
No.
I like the buttons as they are. So
You think the buttons wouldn't like being labeled?
No. We might trigger the buttons by labeling them. The buttons will say, "How dare you label me?
Can't label me.
I identify as X, Y, and Z." Like, don't identify me as the news bumper.
Right.
I identify as the list bumper.
Right.
Don't you dare label me Sawtooth Frank, you fuck. And then if we're triggering all these buttons, they're going to be going off. Like, it'll be chaos like this, see? All the buttons are getting triggered because we've labeled them. See? Oh, it's chaos, Stomping Jen. The ending is playing now. All of our buttons are triggered. This is chaos. What are we going to do?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, boy. All right, well, let all of you buttons label yourselves, okay?
Okay.
Ooh, they stopped.
That's
Okay.
it.
All right. As we're transitioning from segment to segment, we're going to have to ask the buttons to play themselves. Okay? Let's see how that goes. All right, so I was going to say when we were talking about Treehouse Brewing, I probably shouldn't even be drinking. Because I'm on my 3rd migraine in 3 days. It's not going well.
I'm sorry.
It's not going well. And these, for people who don't experience migraines, these aren't just typical headaches, okay? These are what they call classic migraine. So it starts off with, for me, like a distorted visual disturbance. So I like go blind for about 30 minutes in one eye.
It's terrible.
Yeah, and then I suffer cognitive deficits. So I can't think clearly, I can't speak. I'm amazed I'm able to even talk to you right now.
Yeah.
I can't make jokes, I can't socialize. It's really horrible.
Yeah.
So I'm on day 3.
It sucks.
And I've never been able to identify a trigger. And so
I thought it was like environmental.
Yeah, so the only trigger I've been able to identify is it might be related to atmospheric pressure, which is a known trigger, but it's like, what the fuck do you do about that? You're helpless.
Right, and plus there really wasn't that huge of an atmospheric shift this past weekend. Like last weekend it was like 70 degrees and then it got colder. But that was earlier in the week.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Should go see a doctor.
Well, they can't do anything. I've seen doctors for this before.
See a different doctor.
And they say, identify your triggers and eliminate them. Okay, but if your trigger happens to be the fucking environment, what do? I can't live somewhere where there is not atmospheric pressure.
I don't know.
I'm not mad at you about this. I'm just expressing my frustration.
I know.
And the worst part about it is it totally hits you randomly. You can't predict when it's going to be.
Right.
It's awful.
Sorry.
So here we are. So today was day 3.
Yeah.
Now, did I just say I went 7 months before without a migraine?
No.
That's the most demoralizing thing about this. As I always get to this point where I think I'm in the clear. And like maybe with age or my increasing good looks, they will stop hitting me.
Mm-hmm.
But that's never the case.
Sorry.
So I'm going to drink beer. I'm going to do what I normally do. And then I'm going to take a dose of medical cannabis tonight. Maybe that will help me.
Help you at all?
I don't know if it helped me. I took it. I feel okay. I'm here. So these are lozenges that just contain CBD. Nothing else. So, I don't know. We'll see. So that's the migraine situation.
I'm sorry.
Will there be a day 4? What do you think?
Not. I really hope not.
I don't know. I feel bad for you.
Why?
As it fucks up your life. You gotta live with me.
Well, I'd rather live with you than without you, so.
I can't help you when I'm having a migraine. Not much I can do.
It's okay.
But I try, those commercials. There's these commercials of these people. They show determined to live their lives. That's what I try to do. I just try to go on living my life.
Yeah.
I lay down, wait for the visual shit to pass, pop some ibuprofen, then move on.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. So anyway, so I just want to tell people I'm doing this podcast on day 3 of 3 migraines. So here we are. What else am I going to do? Sit around and not do the podcast? I'm sure people would be happy about that.
Who people?
People who don't like me.
Who doesn't like you?
Oh, there's a long list of people who don't like me, Stomping Jen.
Mm-hmm.
A long list.
You think so?
I know so. So, hopefully I don't get a migraine while we're doing this.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm here. Get used to it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I want to address Soundgate.
What is Soundgate?
So, last week I upgraded our microphones. I bought new microphones. They're a entirely different style of microphone. Like the technology is different.
Yeah.
They're called dynamic microphones.
Hmm.
I wanted to get you a new one that was easier for you to use.
Right.
I don't know if you feel like it's easier for you to use.
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know. I mean, you're talking into it.
I can talk into anything. I can
No,
talk
you
into
were
a
having-
banana.
That's not true. You're having a lot of trouble with the last microphone.
I mean, it was having trouble with me.
Yeah, I mean, you seem to be doing okay with this one, a little bit better. Like this one you can get up a little closer on and talk to, and I won't yell at you.
Oh, thank you.
Right? So, anyways, I don't want to bore you with the technical details, but these microphones, the way they work, in order to get them to pick up the signal, they have to rely on the equipment a little heavier,
Mm-hmm.
and it can cause more noise in the recording system.
Right.
And last week, the first time we tried the mics, I kind of knew about it, but I didn't think that was going to be an issue.
Right.
And I feel like episode 65 sounded like total dog shit.
I don't think it sounded like dog shit.
There was hissing, and it bothered me. Everything sounded muddy. I didn't like the way the vocals sounded. So that led me to do some research, and I realized I should have done more research up front. There is this little box you can get called a cloud lifter that you plug these types of mics into. You see this thing right here?
Oh.
And that gives the microphones a little extra power.
Okay.
So you don't have to drive the board as hard.
Okay.
So we're using that this time around. And
we'll see how it sounds.
Now, the strange thing is, though, as I was fucking around and doing tests on this on Saturday, we're recording this on a Monday like we usually do, I re-imported the recording from last week into GarageBand, which is what I use to process everything, and it sounded fine. The hiss went away.
It's weird.
So I don't know if it was a glitch in GarageBand or what.
Yeah.
And I didn't need to buy this $230 piece of equipment.
I'll never know.
But I feel bad because I wanted to buy more stuff, but I'm going to have to wait a bit, I think. Anyways, so we'll see how this sounds. I have a month to decide whether I want to return these microphones or not. So
okay.
If they sound good, great.
Okay.
But I'm going to need your objective feedback, but you don't listen to the show, so.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I listen to the show.
So that's what I'm calling sound.
Wait, stop.
That's what I'm calling. What?
I listen to the show. I don't know.
You do?
I don't know why you would say that.
I don't know. I didn't think you did.
Of course I listen to the show.
All right,
It's
thanks.
the only podcast I listen to.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Do you feel weird listening to yourself?
No.
I love listening to myself.
Oh, that goes without saying. You love listening to yourself.
I know. Is that really vain? Do I need to buy you good headphones?
What? We already tried that and it didn't work. They were
No, they weren't the kind you just fucking plug in. They were fucking Dr. Dre headphones. And they were doing all sorts of weird shit to the board. So. Or are these just fine?
What, the ones I have?
Yeah.
They're fine.
Okay. All right, so.
You could save your money for better equipment.
That was Soundgate.
Soundgate.
That's what I'm calling Soundgate.
Okay.
I'm still trying to figure out these microphones.
Weren't we in the car? We were talking about something, and we were like, oh, we should be talking about this on the podcast, but I can't remember what it was.
Oh, I have no idea. No idea at all.
I don't remember.
Okay. So I want to tell something that happened on Saturday as well, I think it was.
Okay.
So I have this router I bought like 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I paid $200 for it at the time. And I could never get it to work. And I couldn't figure out why. Like, it would work for about 24 hours, and then it would just stop working. We would get no good internet.
Mm-hmm.
So, you look sleepy.
I know. I'm really tired all of a sudden.
All right.
But it's fine.
Should we just speed this along?
It's fine.
All right. So I tried to sell it on Facebook. I got a couple of people who were interested in it, but I could never quite connect. And finally, this guy in our town that we live in, Belchertown, Massachusetts, contacted me and was like, is this thing still available?
Yep.
Now, it's been fucking rolling around in the back of one of our cars for about 3 months. I was like, dude, you can just have it. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done trying to sell it. I'm done looking at it. I
Yeah.
don't want it anymore. You can have it.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I got to give you something for it. I said, no. I said, here's where I'm going to be at this specific time. Come and get it.
Mm-hmm.
So he met me at this specific place.
Yep.
I was waiting for him. He jumped out of his truck. I gave him the box, and then he handed me a Dunkin' Donuts gift card for
Nice.
$25.
That was very nice of him.
Wasn't that nice?
It was.
I was only selling this thing for $50. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
But I didn't want it.
Yeah.
And
It's taking up mental space in your
Yeah,
head,
so that was-
physical space in the car.
but you know how much crap I have laying around here that I would take a $25 Dunkin' Donuts gift card for?
So much.
Tons of stuff, and it would supply me with coffee for a while. I wouldn't have to spend money on buying coffee.
You don't have to spend money on buying coffee. We have travel mugs and coffee in the house.
I know. Speaking of spending money on coffee,
Yes.
weren't you going to buy a new coffee maker?
It wasn't a coffee maker. It's a drip coffee system.
It is a coffee maker.
It's a drip coffee system. It's not a machine. It's a glass carafe with like filters.
By coffee, I mean the drink.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean it's a coffee maker. And you told me everyone you know has one.
Yeah, there's many people I know who have one.
Why do you want this thing?
It's just, I've been told it's a really well-designed drip system for coffee, and they're a local company.
Have you sampled coffee from it?
Yeah, I've drinking coffee from it before.
Okay.
It's good coffee.
Is it great coffee or merely just good coffee?
What is great coffee? You know what? I really like those Nespresso machines.
I don't want another machine. Does it work on pods?
Mm-hmm.
No, we don't want that.
Right. Anyways, somebody gifted me a bag of coffee beans.
Yeah. First, we need a grinder.
Right. We need a grinder.
And we need the machine.
Right. Uh-huh. It's not a machine. It's literally a glass.
It is a machine. It has parts to it. It's like a filter thing and
That's it.
Okay, so you should get it.
Literally.
And we'll try it.
A glass carafe with filters.
You don't think it's a little douchey though?
What's a little douchey?
Making your coffee with a carafe.
I don't see how it's any more or less douchey than any other thing.
Okay.
I don't know. All I know is I drink that cake, the Keurig stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like it's shitty within like.
Well, stop buying it. You keep buying the
I
pods.
haven't bought pods in a really long time. We were
I worry.
gifted a whole bunch.
I worry about drinking coffee out of that thing because you take the pods out and they're like kind of melted.
Oh,
They're like squishy. The plastic on them is squishy and they're melty. You don't notice that?
You're squishy and melty.
That's different. It's because I'm drinking Treehouse beer.
Yeah.
I'm squishy and melty.
I don't know.
Well, you should get it and we'll try it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem convenient. It seems like it takes a lot of effort.
I don't think it takes any
Like
more
I'm the
or
type of
less.
person.
You have to boil water and pour it over the
See,
beans.
This is how I know you're not an office person. Like I work in an office. I have to get up. I get up at 6. I have to leave the house at 6:30. I don't have time to grind my beans, put them in a filter, boil water with a gooseneck coffee pot, which is what they recommend. A gooseneck coffee pot.
What are you talking?
Have you been on the Chemex website?
That's their product.
I'm just telling, why does it have to be a gooseneck's coffee pot?
That is what the Chemex is.
Why can't I boil my water in a fucking saucepan?
You can.
Well, anyways, they say, you have to boil your water in a gooseneck coffee pot. Slowly. Hold on. You can't just pour the water in. I've researched this, by the way, in case you didn't know, very thoroughly. Before you pour all of the water in,
You have to pour it.
you have to just gently soak them a little bit to let the grinds bloom.
Okay. It's the same as a French press.
No, a French press, you do not have to let the grounds bloom.
Wait, that's not true. When you use a French press, wait, stop. Just hear me out. You put the coffee in, stop. Then you put the water in, and then you let it sit for a while before you press it down. So you are letting the grinds mix with the water and
bloom.
in essence bloom.
Well, they don't call it bloom. Bloom is douchey.
Oh my gosh. We should just get the French press again. Didn't we used to have one? Don't we still have one?
Yeah, I hated it.
Why'd you hate it?
Here's why. Because the
It was
grounds
hard to
aren't in a
clean.
filter. You can't just toss them away.
Right. So this is the Chemex. You can do that.
I like the filter idea. The filter idea is good. I don't want to let my coffee grounds bloom.
Oh my God. I've seen people use this.
I will not.
I've
No!
seen people use it. It doesn't take that long.
I will not be letting coffee grounds bloom. There'll be no blooming
All right.
in the podcast home.
Okay. Great.
But I encourage you to buy the thing.
Okay. I have
Okay.
to go down to Springfield on Thursday.
So when will we Springfield, Massachusetts? You can't purchase this from Amazon.
No, you can go to Essalon and get it.
Essalon.
No, you can buy it on
Wait.
Amazon.
What is Essalon? Tell people, please.
Essalon's just another coffee shop in Hadley.
Hadley, Massachusetts.
Yeah, but
Remember,
they
we
sell
have
it there.
people who listen to this in Mexico.
I know, but it's irrelevant. It's just where I would go to buy it. That's it.
But why not buy it from a billion-dollar corporation versus a local purveyor?
Rather buy it from a local purveyor.
You would eschew the convenience of...
Yeah.
Oh. All right, so get it. We have lots of coffee beans here to use up.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get a cold brew coffee maker. What do you think about that? What? Can we do that? What? Why are you shaking your head at me?
You make cold brew.
No.
Sometimes in the summer.
I've never made cold brew successfully.
You put it in the fridge and shit.
No, I need a special cold brew coffee maker. I'm going to build a shelf where we can store
all of our coffee accoutrements.
Yeah. Wait till you see what I build. I'm designing it now.
God, you and these shelves.
We are going to end up being the douchiest coffee people ever.
The shelf coffee people.
I'm getting you a gooseneck coffee pot to boil water in. You're going to have
the problem. The shelf would be on the other side of the kitchen.
You just walk around the counter and grab it.
It defeats the whole
Okay, we can move the
purpose.
coffee. We'll have a new location for making coffee.
No, I like where everything is in the kitchen.
You did want to put the coffee, by the way, if you remember, over.
Yeah, I know.
On the other side, and who argued for the current location?
No. So first of all, it needs to go there. I'll tell you why.
Go ahead.
Because when you take the dishes out of the dishwasher,
you
don't have to move.
Right.
So that makes sense.
Yeah, totally. That was one of the reasons I suggested it.
Unless we move all the mugs into the top shelf of where the dishes are, which I guess we could do.
No, I like that little area.
Yeah, it's the coffee.
It's the beverage area.
Yeah.
There's tea there too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're in agreement, though, that my initial
Oh my gosh.
Suggestion for where the coffee stuff should be located was correct.
No.
Thank you.
All right. I wish I could remember what it is that we were talking about.
What do you mean?
We were in the car. We're having this whole conversation. And I was like, oh, we should be talking about this on the podcast.
I don't know. Was it today?
No, we were coming back from the gym.
The gym.
It was like Friday or something. I can't remember what it was.
Was it related to the gym?
Don't.
What did we do Friday night?
We went to the gym.
Yeah, but what else?
I didn't go out and do anything.
Okay. All right. So, anyways, coffee. I got a Dunkin' Donuts gift card. Very happy about that. Now, you had an exciting adventure this weekend involving a friend of ours asking you to take care of some animals. You want to talk about that? Tell me about that.
So they've got a bunch of goats and some chickens and some bunnies.
Go ahead.
And she needed somebody to help her out.
Yeah.
By making sure they had liquid water because it was cold.
Yeah.
But
I mean, tell people how cold it was. It wasn't just cold.
no, it was really cold.
No, but it was like 9 degrees cold.
Yeah, it was freezing.
Right.
So I said, sure. But I was very nervous about it because I didn't know where anything was. I didn't even know where the animals were.
Right.
Or where all their stuff. And she said she would send over instructions, which she did. But it was still a little nerve-wracking. So I took Ted with me.
What was nerve-wracking?
I don't know. Just
What were you worried about
fucking it all
going into this journey?
fucking it all up and letting all the animals loose and not knowing how to get them back.
Okay.
So I made Ted come with me to help.
Yeah.
So he helped me interpret all the instructions, which were probably detailed enough for somebody who had been there before, but I was a little clueless. So, we had to find the key to her house, and we had to, figure out where all the animals were and how to, open up gates and, let them through without them escaping. So Ted dubbed it was like an escape room, farm style. It was very funny.
Okay.
Because we had to like figure all these clues out that she had left us.
Good thing you had Ted with you.
Oh my God. I would totally, I don't know. It would have taken me like 3 hours if he hadn't been there.
Yeah.
So we actually managed to do it within about 20 minutes. We located the key to the house. We got in her house. We were able to swap out the buckets with water. We let the chickens out. We let the goats out. It was fairly smooth in the morning.
Okay.
So we were instructed to let them out and then come back at some point during the day before the storm hit. It was supposed to snow.
Yeah.
And just put them back away.
Yep.
So in the afternoon, we trekked back to the house and pull into the driveway, and immediately there's like a chicken, like right,
Just waiting for you,
just
right?
waiting for us
Sitting
to
in the driveway.
show back up. I said, "Oh shit!" Did the chickens get out? I was mortified. So
Yeah.
we quickly parked the car and ran out to
Yeah.
go see what was going on. But there was just this one wayward chicken, and it like followed us back to the coop.
Yeah.
And
It's probably like, I'm thirsty, I'm hungry. You locked me out of my shit. Where have you been?
so Ted like picked it up.
I can't believe he had the balls to pick that thing
He
up.
was wearing gloves.
No, I wouldn't know how to pick up a chicken.
I wouldn't know how to pick up a chicken. This is why I brought him with me, by the way.
Yeah.
So he picked the chicken up and like threw her over the fence back into the pen.
How do you know it was a she?
Oh, they're chickens. They lay eggs,
Oh.
right? That's
Yeah.
the whole point.
Look
of having
under its tail
the
and see
chickens.
a chicken vagina.
So then we were all like concerned, like, well, how many chickens were there to begin with? And Ted kept insisting that we count them. I said, I don't even know how many there were before. Like,
Yeah.
how would I even know? Like,
Right.
it wouldn't give me any data to compare it to. I would have no idea. So,
Yeah.
anyways, we did that, and then we went to go deal with the goats. So I left the instructions in the car stupidly. So we had to feed them also like a certain amount of food from
Yeah.
the bucket that was outside the gate. But,
This is at the end of the day?
yeah, but Ted
Yeah.
had to like go into the shed where they sleep to get the buckets. They're like little feed buckets.
Wasn't he attacked?
No, and he didn't communicate with me clearly because I was trying to locate where the feed was outside of the fenced-in area, and one of the goats pushed right through the gate and like got out and like jumped up on like this big plastic tote and like stuck its head right into the feed bucket and started chomping away. And I like quickly like grabbed it by its neck and like pulled it back and like was like, no, go. And Ted kept saying, they're just like big dogs. They're just like big dogs.
Was it not supposed to be eating? Why did you try to stop it?
Because we were supposed to put the food in its little buckets into the shed.
Oh, but he was just diving right
Oh,
in.
yeah.
Or she, I don't know.
I don't know what the goats were. I won't even gender the goats. So there's only 3 of them. So anyways, I somehow finagled it back in to the penned-in area, and Ted quickly gave me the buckets to put the feed in.
Okay.
And then he took it into the shed and laid him down, and they followed him in there, and then he locked him up.
Good job. Wow, that's exciting.
It was pretty.
I've never picked up a chicken before. I wouldn't know how to do that.
Yeah. I don't know how to do it still.
It sounds like you did a really good job.
Well, only because of Ted, if he hadn't been there. He was so funny, though. He was like, we're going to go back. It's going to be escape room farm style. Take 2.
Yeah.
He was very funny.
Well, that Ted,
He's very,
he's resourceful.
he is resourceful.
Well, good job.
I'm glad that he
I'm going to
came.
give you the Okay.
Thank you.
So, boy, you really are tired,
Yeah, I
huh?
don't know what happened. It's like a switch got turned off.
What can I do? You want to just end it?
No, it's fine.
Wanted you to tell people about your birthday.
Oh, my birthday.
We celebrated your birthday last week.
It's true.
So your birthday was on probably the shittiest day a birthday can be on.
Mm-hmm.
A Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because which weekend is your birthday weekend?
Right.
So we decided that the weekend after would be your birthday weekend, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, plus my birthday is the same day as Martin Luther King Jr.'s. So
Right.
they always celebrate MLK Day the Monday after his birthday, regardless of when his birthday falls. So I always get a 3-day weekend for my birthday.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So on your birthday itself,
It was like the busiest day for all of us in the house.
It was super busy. We had a lot going on, and it didn't start out well because you had picked a place to go for breakfast. Again, this Essalon Cafe in Hadley, Massachusetts. And if you're visiting Massachusetts and you're in the western part of the state, it's worth going to.
Yeah.
It's a really nice coffee shop, and they do a great breakfast.
They do.
So we get there super early. We
like 7 a.m.
Yeah, we get the kids up super fucking early because it's Mom's birthday. We pile in 2 separate cars because I had to go to work that day. We all meet at Essalon. You're like, where are you? We're here. I walk in, and you say to me, what?
So Ted had scoped out the fact that their credit card machines were not working. So we were like, okay.
So we're like, what do we do?
We had no cash.
Right. So we decided to go to
the college hangout place down the street.
Yeah. What's that place called again?
Stables.
And it is the
it's just a greasy spoon.
typical greasy spoon breakfast dive. But you know what? It was good.
It was good.
And Space Unicorn said what?
It was a really good breakfast.
This is the best breakfast place I've ever been to. Can we come back? She ate like 2 eggs.
Oh, she ate so much food.
She ate so much, which isn't typical for her when we're going out.
No, not even typical, especially for breakfast. I mean, she eats breakfast, but she's always like, I can't eat that much.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you so can eat that much. I've seen you.
Yeah, so that was good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. But then we both went to work.
Yeah, and then you had an exercise class at 6:15.
Yeah. Which is why we decided to go out for breakfast.
Yeah, and I had to manage buying a cake, an ice cream cake for you.
You did a good job.
What did I get you?
Crunchies. Carvel Crunchies.
Carvel chocolate ice cream cake with crunchies on it.
Crunchies on the outside and on the inside.
Yeah. Those crunchies are the best.
So
I love those fucking crunchies.
They're the best.
They're so good. So, then what?
That was it. That was my birthday. But then we went out.
You forgot the most important thing. You didn't tell people about our birthday tradition.
Oh, the 43 kisses.
How old are you?
42.
So what do we usually do on our birthdays? How do we recognize our birthdays?
Kiss for every year, plus one. What was that?
So I just received a text message. That's all. It's fine.
I'm very distracted.
Yep. So then what?
What's going on over there?
Nothing. Go ahead.
On the internet. What do you mean?
I'll tell people what's... Okay, we'll take a pause from this for a second. You posted a picture of me from...
I didn't post a picture.
3 years ago.
It was 2.
No, it was 2017. What year are we in?
2020.
Right. That picture was taken in January 2017 when we went to Florida, I believe.
I don't know where that was taken.
I know where it was. I have a photographic memory for stuff like that.
You have a photographic memory for photographs?
I have a nearly photographic experiential memory.
Okay. Anyways.
So
what did somebody say about the picture I posted?
I remember that sawtooth! Exclamation mark. That's all.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right. That was interesting.
And it was me without a beard, and I haven't had a clean shaven face for years. That's all about to change, though.
I know you keep threatening.
I'm gonna change. I'm gonna shave. I'm going to shave.
Whatever. Anyways,
shaving.
The Friday before my birthday, I had gone out with a bunch of girlfriends, and we sort of celebrated the birthday a little bit.
Girlfriend.
But then we went out.
What did you do? How'd you celebrate?
We just went out to the Grapevine Grill. Had some drinks. And then we went to the VFW.
The VFW. Go on.
That was it.
Okay.
But then this weekend on Saturday, we were supposed to go out for my birthday with our inner circle of friends.
Yeah.
Did you say?
Yeah. The inner circle. The inner sanctum of friends.
And but there was like this impending snowstorm, so we decided to move it to Sunday.
Yeah. And we moved it to Sunday.
Yeah.
Good thing we did, because it was snowing, and I wouldn't have wanted to drive Saturday evening.
Yeah. So and then more people got to come on Sunday.
Yeah.
So it worked out.
Yes, it did.
And we went to Kaiju, which is Amherst Kaiju.
Kaiju.
Yeah.
I don't know how to spell it exactly.
Kaiju.
Yeah.
Kaiju.
And what did you get?
Ramen.
Yep.
There was a whole bunch of other stuff. It's delicious.
We got some fried Brussels sprouts.
An octopus poutine.
Octopus poutine. So poutine is like French fries with gravy and shit on top of it. And
except this one had like pickled ginger and octopus.
I gotta be honest with you.
You didn't like it?
I feel like a monster for eating octopus.
Why?
Because they're like incredibly intelligent, clearly sentient beings.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I want to eat octopus anymore.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
I mean, sad because it's yummy.
Yeah. Okay. We'll keep it clean. So,
all right. So we went to Kaiju.
Yep. Kaiju. Got some.
Uh-huh. And then we were going to go someplace else for dessert. And
Yeah.
then the waitress looked at me and she was like, "Is it your birthday?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And so then she walked away, and then all of a sudden she came back. She's like, "Because it's your birthday, you get some mochi or you can get some sorbet."
Sorbet.
Yeah. So then I was like, "Okay." So I said, "Fine." So I said, "Well, what kind of mochi do you have?" And they had like all different kinds. And then they had red bean, which is my favorite.
Why didn't you get the red bean?
So I ordered that. And then she came back. She goes, "We're out of the red bean."
Oh,
like,
what a ice cream cock tease.
So then I got
That's
the
bullshit.
green tea. But it was just one mochi. And so it was, I don't know, there's different kinds of mochi, but this was like ice cream mochi.
Yeah.
Which I'm not like a huge fan of anyway.
Mochi.
And I was really looking forward to going out to dessert. So I split the mochi into pieces and gave it away. I mean, I ate a chunk of it too.
I had a
was
piece.
nice.
You gave me a piece.
Yeah, it was nice. They like put a candle and everything.
Yeah.
And then everybody sang to me and it was super embarrassing.
And we were in a nice little private room.
I know.
That was nice.
Even though we were in a private room, it was still
Yeah, I liked it. It was fun.
No, yeah, it was a good time. And the ramen
I hope
was
you
good.
had a good time.
I did have a good time. Did you like your ramen?
Yeah, I hate the shit out of that
Yeah,
thing.
it was good.
I don't eat ramen a lot or noodles, rarely ever. So whatever fucking part of my brain feels deprived
Yeah.
by that was just coming all over my being. Be like, oh, noodles. Yes, eat them faster. Slurp
Those
them up.
Brussels sprouts were good too.
Yeah. Oh, it was good. Yeah. It was
So,
good.
And then we went to Judy's, and
Judy's is a restaurant in so this restaurant is in Amherst, Massachusetts, by the way, the Kaiju.
the Kaiju is too.
Did you mention it's Godzilla themed?
No, Kaiju are like those are the monsters, Japanese monsters.
Yeah, not everybody knows that though.
Anyways, their specialty is ramen, barbecue, and monsters. But their barbecue
It's not that great.
historically, I don't know. We haven't tried it since we ate it that one time.
Step up your barbecue game,
But
Kaiju.
we don't even know if it's any good or if it's gotten any better because we didn't try it.
Yeah.
And somebody was like considering ordering it. I was like, don't get it because when we had it last time, it was terrible.
All right. So we went somewhere else for dessert.
Yeah.
Where did we go?
Judy's,
Okay.
which is one of my faves.
Yeah.
And we got the bananas Foster.
Yeah.
You and I did.
That was good. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
It was way better than the last time I got it.
So
It was,
that's
like,
vanilla ice
perfect.
cream,
with like caramelized
caramel, rum.
with bananas and
Yeah.
whipped cream. It was really
So
good.
good.
But see how they didn't give us like a straw?
No, they used to give a straw.
They used to give you a straw. It used to be twice as big, I'm telling you.
No, it never was twice as big. It was
Telling you.
exactly the same size.
No, I remember it being much larger.
You remember wrong.
No.
I think we're both much larger now, so
So the glass dish
seems smaller. Yes, our appetites are much larger. You know, when you're in fucking
possible.
college and you're, you know, in your early 20s, you know, you're looking at that Bananas Foster and you're like, fuck me. How am I going to eat all of this? This is delicious. This is the biggest.
Like 3 of us used to split it.
Yeah. Now we don't.
Now 2 of us.
Yeah.
I was feeling a little like maxed out after all that.
Maxed out from the Bananas Foster. All
It
right.
was fun. We had a good time.
All right. So that was your birthday podcast. I mean, not podcast. That was your birthday dinner and dessert.
Celebration.
Yeah.
And then we can move on.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So I'm ready to announce. I've been saying for weeks that I have a new project in the works. And I'm ready, I think, to announce it. I'm trying to find the drum roll music. I thought I had it. Nope, I don't, I guess. Okay, well.
That's because last week I played drum.
How about this? We'll use the clock.
Oh.
Now.
This is terrible.
All right, thanks.
You should
How
just
do I
use the
announce this?
ta-da. Ta-da!
No.
Sure.
All right, anyways, I have a new fucking podcast coming out.
Tell us about it, Sawtooth,
Oh,
right?
jeez. What did you just do?
Tell us about it.
It's going to be...
Tell us about it. Tell us all your hopes
Okay.
and dreams.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Let you down about it. Do, 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 do.
I like that. Thank
Billy
you.
Joel.
Oh, I don't know.
Tell her about it.
You have a good voice.
No.
You should sing more.
I should
All right.
not.
The podcast is called Routine. You laughed
I'm
as I was
not,
talking.
Because I'm thinking you forgot the name of it, and you're like trying to remember it. Routine Exhibition.
No,
Expedition.
not Routine Exhibition.
Routine Expedition.
A Land of the Lost podcast. It's going to be
Wait
an
for it.
episode by episode review of the 1970s show Land of the Lost. So it's going to be
Who created
me,
that show?
Sid and Marty Croft. It's going to be me, my co-host Chris, another co-host Hogshank, and I'm working on a final co-host.
It's going to be like a panel style.
It's going to be a panel style. We're going to go around and we're going to talk about what we love about Land of the Lost. We're going to talk about, we're going to review the show. We're going to discuss it. We're going to have a good time.
It sounds great.
It's
I
going
look
to be
forward
fun.
to listening to it.
Yeah. So, but you have to watch the show, though. You should watch the show. You don't
Well,
watch
you're
the
going to
show.
have to watch the show in order to talk about it, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I have the DVD box set.
I know.
They're also available online.
Yeah.
So,
Are you going to share your screen while you're...
no, we're not going to watch it live. We're going to all watch it ahead of time
Okay.
and then talk about the episodes.
Got it.
So, there'll be some different voices. Everybody loves you, but
Who, me?
yeah.
Who, me? That's
You're
okay.
on-
I don't need to be on it.
You're on
Another
this
podcast.
podcast.
Yeah, I don't
This
need
is
to be on it.
this is your podcast.
I don't need to be on another podcast.
This is your place to shine. The soft serve. Why do I pick podcast names that are impossible to say?
Routine Expeditions, A Land of
Land
the
of
Lost.
the Lost.
Well, you didn't create the name of the show.
Oh, well, soft serve is almost impossible to enunciate.
Why? Soft serve.
Not saucer.
Soft serve.
Not salsa. It's not salsa. It's soft serve. Very hard to say. So that's coming in March. It will be launching.
It's exciting.
We'll be recording in a few weeks.
Yay.
Okay?
Excellent.
All right. We're ready to do this stupid fucking list. All right. So what are the things people, and experiences
Play the
you want to say yes to.
bumper, because then you're going to have to say it again.
Oh, will I?
Pretty long list, pretty long list, pretty long list, pretty long list.
This is the list music. I made this.
Are you going to have bumpers for your new podcast?
I'm not just sure yet.
You're
We'll
not
see how it goes. I don't want to make it too much like this one. Okay. So this is what are the things, people, and experiences you want to say yes to.
Yep.
Okay?
Yes.
So why don't you go ahead and tell us what's on your list, Stomping Jen.
My list.
Yes, please.
I will say yes to that.
So you want to say yes to my requests as a podcast host?
Sure.
Okay, go
All
ahead.
right. So this is in no particular order or
In no
coherent
particular
sense.
order.
Yours
Go
is
ahead.
like 20 pages.
It's
long.
not.
It always is.
I wrote in big letters with Sharpie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So music festivals.
Okay.
Hashtag Governor's Ball. Adventures and traveling. Food.
Of course.
All the things. Everyone. Everything. All the time.
Huh. What does that mean?
It's like, just yes. I'll do all the things.
Okay.
Yes. I will help all the people. I will do all the things. My kids. Not healthy to say yes all the time, but
No, it's not. But you want to. This
I
isn't.
do.
This isn't all the things you always say yes to. It's
right.
what do you want to say yes to?
Yeah. Like somehow I ended up buying Space Unicorn Rainbow Glitter Doc Martens. Mainly because they're awesome and I would have wanted my mom to buy them for me.
Would she have bought them for you?
Maybe not when I was 9. Like in high school. I mean, I had Doc Martens in high school. Not glittery ones, but I don't think they made glittery ones.
Okay.
Anyways, myself,
What about yourself?
I want to say yes to myself.
What does that mean? Like masturbation? What does that mean?
No, like for things that I want. Like if
Oh.
I'm shopping at the store or whatever.
Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. That was good.
Yeah. Thanks.
You'll see it's quite similar to mine, actually.
Oh, okay.
So the first thing I say is, how do you say yes to a thing? Did I not interpret that right? Is it like what do you want to buy? Would that be a way to interpret that?
Like, what are the things? Like,
Because I want to say yes to a $60 pop filter for this
Yeah.
microphone.
yeah.
Should I say yes to that?
Well, I'm just saying, like, yeah, that's a thing that you want to say yes to.
Okay. All right. Well, I wrote, how do you say yes to a thing? Because I was confused.
Okay.
Because I don't think the person who put together these lists is very bright. I've said that before.
I've said that before.
Okay, so people. I broke it down again by category. So I want to say yes to people, like yes to helping people.
Mm-hmm.
So the kids, I wrote yes to the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like you, I probably say yes too much.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say yes to you.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't ask for a lot.
Mm-mm.
You're good that way. But of course, you have total free reign to do whatever you want to do.
That's
But-
not true.
Well, but,
That's not true.
but hold on. Like, I've made a decision not to be involved in the monitoring of our
Yeah,
finances.
this conversation, yeah.
And you can, like, basically just do whatever the fuck you want.
But I don't. You know, there's money in the account.
No, I know. But, like, I ask for permission to buy
I
things.
know, which I don't understand.
Because I feel...
Full of guilt.
It's not guilt. I feel like I should clear things with you.
Are you saying I should be asking
No.
you for permission?
I'm not at all saying that.
Mm-hmm.
You do the taxing cognitive work of maintaining and tracking our finances.
Mm-hmm.
Consider that service as paid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I want to say yes to new career opportunities sometimes, but I don't feel like I can.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you asked why. So
I'm listening to you. I'm saying yes to you.
as we know, I've talked about before, I'm involved at a very high level with running a union.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, I have had to do a lot of advocacy for our members, and it often puts me at odds with management. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I have been blacklisted, and that people are just waiting for me to not be in a union to take revenge upon me.
Do you really think people would take revenge?
I really feel like they would. Yeah.
It's pretty shitty.
Yeah, it is pretty shitty. I don't know if it's pretty shitty that I feel that way, or it's pretty shitty that my feeling is real. I have no way of knowing.
Yeah.
But I had a conversation with somebody recently where I said I would totally be interested in that position if it were only in the union. Otherwise, I feel like I'd be committing career suicide. Because the second I leave the union, I feel like people are going to start sharpening their knives.
Right.
So, I want to say yes to volunteer opportunities.
You do.
Yeah.
Volunteer.
Yeah. The things I want to say yes to, though. I want to say yes to trying psychedelic mushrooms.
Let me ask you a stupid question. Where would you get them?
I know you don't think so, but I have connections.
Do you for real?
Uh-huh.
Like,
I could easily get my hands on them.
Okay. Is that the heat?
Yeah.
Because it's cold in here.
Yeah, good. I want to say yes to invitations to socialize.
You should.
Yeah, sometimes. So here's my problem. Sometimes I say yes
And then you
to invitations to socialize, and then I get cold feet, and I end up canceling on people because of my social anxiety. But, like, I want to say yes to them, and I do, and I know I'm probably going to end up not doing the thing I'm saying yes to.
That's sad.
I know, but what do I do about that? I don't
know.
It's always been a thing. And I feel like I'm going to level with you for a second. I feel like people are like, okay, there's Sawtooth. I like him. He's a pretty good guy. Let's invite him to do something. Right? And I'm like, okay, I want to like have, despite my proclamation months ago that I want no more friends. Like, I'm like anybody else. I want to be wanted. I want to be accepted. I want to make new friends. But I think most people aren't like me.
Who's not like you?
Lots of people. I think people invite me to something, and I'm like, okay, sure, that sounds like a good idea. And they fully expect I'm going to actually, like, participate.
And you don't?
And I don't. Then they end up hating me.
Who?
And never inviting me to anything ever again.
Who invites you?
It doesn't matter who. That's not. This isn't about who. I'm just sharing with you my thoughts, okay?
Yeah.
So, and then finally I wrote things I want to say yes to, sex things. So yes, whatever that thing is, yes. Okay?
Want to do some pegging?
I'm going to tell you a story. Okay? Why I'm going to say no to pegging. Okay? You ready?
I was joking. Oh my God.
When I was 20 years old, okay?
I knew you when I was 20.
Well, I didn't tell you this. You didn't know me.
Right, I didn't know you.
This is when I was in the Army. This is a true story. I was involved in this, they used to call it rec specs. It was like a recreational...
This music is too loud.
It was like a recreational group on the Army base
Rec specs.
Rec specs. That's just what you did. You went and did your rec specs with people. This one person was like, hey, you want to go, you want to do some pegging? I thought we were going to do those old style, in the gym where you have the wooden pegs and you climb up the wall by sticking the wooden pegs into the hole. I thought it was like old school, like physical fitness type of stuff. So he's like, meet me at the gym. We're going to do pegging. So I showed up at the gym, right? He's like, are you ready to do your pegging? I was like, yeah, I'm looking around. I'm looking at the walls, the wall to my left. I didn't see the pegboard thing or the pegs. I looked to the wall directly in front of me, nothing. Right? And this guy's standing right in front of me. Looked past him to the wall behind him. No pegboards. I looked to my right. I'm like, oh, maybe I missed it on my way in. I turned around and myself, I said out loud, I said, okay, it's got to be behind me. I whirled around. Next thing I know,
Yeah.
it was on top of me.
This is not a true story.
No, it's 100% true
I don't
story.
believe you at all.
He's on top of me. He's breathing in my ear very heavily. He's like, you ready for your pegging? I turned over. I managed to turn over. It's like, where are the boards? Where are the wooden pegs? And he looked at me and goes, oh, you poor thing.
This is a lie.
Then he stood up.
I don't believe a word of this, by the
He
way.
offered me his hand.
I don't believe you.
He said, they haven't been installed yet. Would you like to go for a jog? I said, yeah. Let's go for a jog. We went for a jog.
I don't believe a word of that.
Okay, well, it's happened.
All right.
Just like that. Pegging. Okay.
Are we done with the list?
I think we're done with the show. It was an hour.
It's already an hour?
Yeah. Do you want to talk about... okay, fine.
A live studio audience.
You're funny.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
My shoulders. Very itchy.
We saw a movie today.
We did see a movie.
Why don't you tell people what movie we saw?
1917.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
What did you like
As much
about
as
it?
you can like a movie about the...
Yeah, you seemed very into it.
Okay. You fell asleep.
I only fell asleep when the guy got washed down the waterfall.
I don't understand.
And also, it was about 45 minutes before I had a migraine attack. I think it was migraine related. So go ahead. What did you like about it?
It gives you like a slice of like what it's like to be in the middle of a war. So, but it's not like emotionally tear-jerking in any way, shape, or form. It's like...
Weren't you crying at one point?
No, I never cried. But like, it's
I
like...
thought you were.
You're like on the edge of your seat pretty much the whole time. Because it's one long shot. It's a 24-hour period, basically.
Can I talk a little bit about that?
You can talk about it.
So the film, you just alluded to this. The filming technique they used was to mimic what they call a continuous shot. So there's no cuts. It's as though the movie starts with this one guy.
Yep.
And it just follows him. Mm-hmm. And it's done in real time.
Yep.
So it's like, how long was the movie? 2 hours?
Mm-hmm.
So it follows him for 2 hours. And the camera never cuts away from him.
Right.
Ever. There's one scene where he loses consciousness and
Yeah.
it goes black.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty well done. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
It was well done.
So we recommend this movie?
Yes. Yeah. And it's, it's just, it doesn't glorify war. It just is, like it's like a very plainly told story without any kind of emotional tear jerking or attempts to like get you. I mean,
It's pretty anti-war, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's about
there's
the
a lot of-
futility of what they're doing there, and
and there's a lot of talk in there about metals,
Yeah.
and they're like, like one guy gives away his metals, and he's just like, it's just fucking.
it's tin.
It's
with
like it's
ribbon.
fucking tin. It's fucking tin. Then one guy goes, but it's attached to a ribbon.
Yeah, yeah, but and I don't want to talk too much about it because I feel like I would just spoil things for people.
Yeah,
who
but we
haven't seen
recommend it, right?
It was good.
It was good.
Yeah,
Okay.
not like good and like an uplifting. Like it was a great movie. It was. So I read a review of it,
Yeah.
which was talking about how as a war movie, it's not just about like violence and action. It's more like an art film.
Yeah.
In a sense.
It is almost as though, God. So the best war movie I think ever is The Thin Red Line by Terrence Malick. It's a 3-hour movie. And it's about kind of the contemplativeness of being in horrible situations like war. Right, so like a guy is shot and he's dying on the battlefield. Right, and the camera like kind of pans over to a butterfly landing on a flower. Right, and then it pans its way up, to the leaves in the trees as he's looking at the sky and dying. Like stuff somebody who is shot in a field might notice. And it spends a lot of time trying to meditate on war from that perspective. The Thin Red Line by Terrence Malick. This movie had flavors of that, I feel like. Am I wrong? There's lots of trees.
I don't remember that movie as well as you. I think.
Yeah. But in this movie, there are lots of shots of nature and trees and skies and dirt intermingled with the horrors of war.
Yeah.
And as a veteran myself, one of the things that stood out to me, I don't know if you noticed this, is kind of the cost of war on young people, right? Like lots of shots of all these like kids basically that we send off to fucking fight our wars, right? They're babies. Yeah. Having been a baby, an 18-year-old serving, at the time it wasn't an active war zone, but I was on the DMZ of South Korea. Kind of doesn't escape you that you are the fodder for the artillery.
Yeah.
As a young person.
Yeah.
I don't know. And so now as a father of a child who, if there's a third world war, will likely be conscripted to go off and fight. Those things are very, very evident to me.
Yeah.
I think about it. Our son is Ted. He is only 5 years away, effectively, from when I joined the Army.
Yeah. It's scary.
It's really scary. So, yeah, not lost on me. And, as somebody who has worn the uniform and knows all too well that when we get ourselves whipped up into a frenzy about war and go America, and how we should go start a fucking world war with Iran and China and Russia. Like, somebody who's worn that uniform and knows what it means. Like, I want to slap these people and say, you're like condemning a generation to death.
Yeah.
And that is the scary thing to me.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to get off my soapbox.
All right, let's switch gears for 2 seconds.
I thought we were done. I was going to end on my soapbox. How dare you? Go ahead.
We watched Castaway with Ted.
Oh, Castaway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were watching Survivor Africa, season 3 of Survivor.
We made it like 20 minutes in.
Well, it's good. I was actually enjoying it, but what did you say?
It reminded us of, I was like, oh, we should watch Castaway.
Yeah, so we spun it up and he loved it.
Yeah, he loved it. He was like on the edge of his seat.
It's such a good movie.
He got totally sucked in.
Yeah. And it's funny is, before the movie started, I was going, Wilson! Wilson! And so, spoiler alert for the 20-year-old movie Castaway, there's a scene involving the volleyball Wilson. The first scene where Tom Hanks kicks the volleyball out of the cave. Mm-hmm. And he has a little minor freak out about Wilson. He's like, oh, never. Because Wilson goes into the ocean and he loses Wilson briefly. Mm-hmm. He gets him back and he's like, never again, never again, Wilson. So Ted thought that's what I was talking about. And he's kind of like snickering to himself and laughing. Ha ha ha, he loves the volleyball. So then
40 minutes later.
Yeah, then 40 minutes later, when he escapes the island, he loses Wilson in the ocean for real. Ted is like on the edge of his seat, like riveted. He's like crying.
He was like, no.
No, he's like, you get it. You get Wilson. You have to get Wilson.
Like, he can't lose Wilson.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. It was funny.
Yeah, he really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I love that movie. It's so good.
I really enjoyed watching him watch the movie.
Yeah.
He was really into it.
All right. That was a good interjection, Stomping Jen. Mm-hmm. And you did it in the right place. What are we watching?
Yeah, what are we watching?
How are we entertaining ourselves?
We're still watching Succession.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I don't think you're going to be able to watch it, are you? You're falling asleep.
We can try.
All right, off we go to watch some Succession on HBO. Mm-hmm. All right, well, hopefully when I play this back, it doesn't sound like total horseshit.
Well, only tomorrow will tell.
Yeah, only tomorrow will tell. All right, people.
Good
what do
night.
we say, Stomping Jen?
Bye now.
Say bye now. We love you. Thank you for listening. And Alvida Sane.
Have a good night. Have a good morning. Have a good afternoon, wherever you are, wherever you're listening.
Finally, and most importantly, the pegging story is real.
No, it's not.
It's real.
I know it's not.
Bye now.
Bye now. That's a little douchey.
Making your coffee with a carafe. Making your coffee with a carafe.
Good evening, my fellow Americans. America knows that this world of ours, ever growing smaller, must avoid becoming a community of dreadful fear and hate. Those who have freedom will understand also its heavy responsibility. That all who are insensitive to the needs of others will learn charity, and that the sources, scourges of poverty, disease, and ignorance will be made disappear from the earth. And that in the goodness of time, all peoples will come to live together in a peace guaranteed